First of all, I would like to share with you why government use PPP, or why should there be a PPP. Apart from all other things, what strikes me is the seventh point, which says acting together what we can achieve, what each of us acting alone cannot. That means there is a need for partnership which has synergy. There is a need for partnership if I cannot do something and partner brings a value. Now here the task is of achieving Millennium Development Goals. If we have to achieve that, we have to ensure health care for all for this country of our size. For that particular reason, the task is so enormous, perhaps government cannot do it alone. And definitely private sector cannot do it alone either. So there is a strong need for PPP. It brings in a lot of benefits. It brings in cost efficiencies, higher productivity, accelerated delivery, and it brings in a lot of customer focus and enhances the social service. Ultimately, healthcare is about social service. However, we have to take care of certain threats. Although we bring in the strength of both the partners, but for bringing an effective PPP, we have to guard against illegitimate or unethical means to maximize the profits. There should not be a tendency of less concern towards public health goal instead of trying to create or maximizing the profits. There's lack of interest in sharing clinical information. This is one of the points perhaps discussed in the previous session also. And lack of regulatory control over some of the practices. So these are any effective PPP model must take care of these points. When EMRI started, we found out through various studies that there is clearly a lack of access and affordability in the country for large number of population, for large population. Almost 80% of the people who got into emergency situations were at the bottom of the pyramid. And almost 80% of the people who died, many of them could have survived, but they could not get proper medical attention in the first hour, what is called the golden hour. So it was identified, perhaps we need a very effective EMS system. To some extent, it will not only take care of the emergencies, but it will also, in some manner, bring the healthcare facilities nearer to our masses. Now, word over, when we saw EMS system run by governments, like in France and UK, these had problems of resources. They lack innovations in technology, lack of transparency, and many times there was lack of expertise also. In India, many NGOs were running, but they were very localized solutions, and there might have been some islands of excellence, but these models were not scalable and replicable, which could have made an impact on a large population. Now, Austria had a private system. Again, it was a limited access to the market. It was constricted by legislation, and it could not have been scaled up quickly. We found that the PPP model would be the most successful model, where the government provides funding, institutional structures, monitoring, and access to the partners. Private sector brings in the professionalism, brings in the professional management, best-in-class technology time-bound delivery, accountability, and above all, inspirational leadership. The people provide the demand for the service, and they must provide feedback on the service, and also fund indirectly by paying taxes in various means. When the draft report of NRHM on public-private partnership was made, this project was also extensively studied, and it was found to be replicable throughout the country. And not throughout the country. When I was invited to United Nations and in Washington, D.C., when I shared this experiment, everybody agreed that this model is very suitable not only in the developing country, but developed countries have also a lot to learn from this model. What is unique? It is very different than any other public-private model in its conceptual design itself. That is why we say it is an innovative, pro-poor PPP model, and it is a not-for-profit PPP model. This model ensures service delivery which is free to the beneficiaries, which costs only 1 rupee per citizen per month. In relation to benefits it brings in directly to the people, this is just peanuts of amount. At this point of time when I speak, we serve one emergency every 4 seconds and save one life every 5 minutes. And all these lives, 80% of these lives are in their productive age groups, because 70 to 75% emergencies we attend are either accident-related emergencies or young women in pregnancies. So it is the productive life which are being saved, which directly also contribute towards the GDP of the country. The model starts with sensing the emergency through 108 number, reaching at the earliest possible, providing pre-hospital care, as soon as the ambulance reaches, but before that also there is a pre-arrival instruction, and to get the feedback from the people we do 48-hour follow-up. We have complete record in electronic system of all the emergencies we have attended, and till now we have attended 2 crore 10 lakh emergencies. Mahindra Satyam is our technology partner, and the system has complete redundancy, and in last 7 years where we are working, there was a zero downtime of the system. At no point of time the call taking has not stopped. The building blocks are from 108 number, which is toll free, can be dialed through any mobile system or landline system. ERCs, one ERC for each of the estate, health being a state subject in our country. So any call landing in Hyderabad will land in any call landing from Andhra Pradesh will land in the center in Hyderabad. We have capability of handling any size of population through one center itself. And presently, our largest center in Uttar Pradesh handles a population of 20 crore from one center itself. We have vision of providing this service to whole of the country through only 28 centers. If you compare with 911 of US, in US they have more than 5,000 centers to cater to a population which is only 1/3 of our country. Another thing which is very important is we extensively train our people to provide pre-hospital care, be empathetic, and be sincere. I am happy to note here the birthplace of this service is Hyderabad. We started in Hyderabad on 15th August 2005, and now you can see the map where we stand. At this point of time, we cater to 70 crore population of the country. Not only in urban areas, you can see the terrains we operate in. From Himalayan region to Kanyakumari, from Meghalaya to deserts of Kutch, all across the country, whether it is extremist infected areas or coastal areas or hills or deserts, we operate everywhere. We operate in different situations also. We operate in the world's highest village, which is the Kibber village, and we are able to reach there in 30 minutes. Covering 70 million population, we have 25,000 people. Every day we attend to 20,000 emergencies. I talked about time-bound service delivery. We ensure that by implementing, starting the project, in less than 4 months, we have set a target of 108 days for us. So wherever we take up the project, we can implement that in 108 days. In Uttar Pradesh, we were able to not only commission the project, but cover whole state of 20 crore, which is, if it were a country, it will be the 5th largest country in the world. In 4.5 months, we were able to deliver service to everybody. More than 96% calls are taken in less than 2 rings. When I was there in 911 center of Washington, D.C., they were taking 94 calls in 7 seconds. And we take nationally 96% calls, 2 rings means around 4 seconds. In some of the centers, we take 99% calls in less than a ring. So as soon as you end up dialing, the call will be picked up. This is because of the technology. We learnt a lot from US and other countries also, but they are working on a dated legacy technology which they started in 30 years back. They have also started upgrading the technology. Out of their 50 counties, they have been able to do in last 7 years only in 6 counties. Whereas all 15 states we operate is higher end technology. This is a very cost effective, as I told you, it costs only 1 rupee per citizen per month. It has been documented by various government agencies as one of the most successful PPP. It has been mentioned as a historical landmark in the healthcare delivery system. And one more thing which is very important, it has built more trust in healthcare system as a whole. Because not only healthcare system tries to match this efficiency, other systems, police system, veterinary system, they also try to match this thing. Another very important thing is when we did a specific study in Andhra Pradesh in 3 years' time, there was reduction of 18% in maternal mortality rate attributed to 108 service itself. This framework is thriving because of the political will, public servants' commitment and public support. There is a trust element not only among the PPP partner, but we consider as a partnership with all stakeholders, including media, including society at large, and including villages and masses. Here, the expenditure is borne by the respective state governments, and GVK funds leadership, innovation, collaborations, research, technology, and bring in knowledge and expertise to run this complex program, which synthesizes many technologies, and we do it to bring better outcomes with the same resources to serve the poor people. We try to do it through people, process orientation, and performance-driven approach. Apart from EMT in the ambulances, we have doctors in the center 24/7, so EMTs can take advice from the doctors.
Mr. Subodh, you need to wind up now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So instead of reinventing, we collaborated and learned the best practices to implement this. And what we try to do is more and more with less and less for more and more people. Various cases, bomb blast cases. This is a girl on the left side bottom. She was declared dead. And our people who are highly skilled on doing various skill-based things like CPR and other things, they could revive this lady. Triplets, multiple triplets are born. Professor C.K. Prahlad, it is his last article before his sad demise. He called this service as Gandhian innovation that synthesizes many technologies. EMRI has seen this program as synthesis of many technologies rather than only a medical related problem. Now, PPP can be used for many healthcare services. Looking at that, we have also Beyond 108, Dropback Service, Neonat, or recently we have also started partnership with Police Department in AP, and we also take all 100 center is managed by us, medical health helpline also we operate. And in the end, ultimately it is for us, this service is about reduction in poverty and increase in quality of life. And this can be achieved by caring, valuing, respecting life, and by being humane with humility and commitment to serve the people. It gives us a joy, a lot of joy of giving back to society. Thank you so much.